yeah, welcome back to the Kenny C Show. I am Kenny C, back for yet another week of some football talk. My football fans, my sports fans, what's going on? What's happening? Hit that subscribe button right now. You stop right there and you please hit that subscribe button because it helps more than you know. I bring the energy, I bring the entertainment, I bring the facts, I bring the opinions, and most of all, I want to hear from you, the viewer, you, the listener. Hit that comment section below. Give me your thoughts on any and all of the things that I talk about in this video. We are going into week 10. We are at the halfway point of the NFL season. Just wrapped up week 9. We had that Steelers toppling the Colts game, multiple turnovers on the Colts side of things. That was a big win for the Steelers defense specifically. We had the Chiefs-Bills rumble in which the Bills took care of business, 5 straight wins against the Chiefs in the regular season. We had that wild and crazy Bengals and Bears game. The Falcons game was pretty good. The Vikings and Lions affair was pretty awesome. We had some good games. We had some really bad games, but we're not going to get into any of those logistics. We are going to talk about NFL mid-season awards. That's right. We're at that midway point. It is time to give some awards out, or really give you who I think is going to win now that we are at the midway point. We got to start with MVP. And still, the MVP pick, in my opinion, will be Baker Mayfield. I know that he didn't have the best of games against the Saints by any stretch. No touchdowns in that one. They largely dominated the Saints defensively with the 5 sacks and the 2 interceptions. But Baker Mayfield, coming off of a bye, fully refreshed, I expect him to go out there and still prove to the league that he is here to take this Bucs team to the playoffs and beyond. 13 touchdowns to 2 picks, 1,919 passing yards. He was my pick a couple of episodes ago in my buy low, sell high. I told you to sell high on Josh Allen being the MVP, and I told you that my pick at that time was Baker Mayfield. I'm still rocking with it. I'm not gutless. I will stick with my pick. I think Baker has the means and the wherewithal to get this done, even with the injuries, even with not having Bucky Irving, who is still battling that foot and shoulder injury. He's still in a sling apparently, which is not good. Lost Evans for the year with the broken collarbone. Jalen McMillan is still rocking a neck brace. Things are not looking too hot. Godwin has still been nursing that fibula injury. He's missed 3 games with that. So you got Sterling Shepard, you got Tez Johnson, you got the electric rookie in Emeka Egbuka, and you got the all-reliable Cade Otton with Rachaad White in the backfield. I think that Baker has enough talent around him, and forget that, he makes the talent around him even better with his play style. He can beat you with his legs, he can beat you with his arm, he's got determination, he's got the IQ, and the Bucs are sitting pretty at 6-2 coming out of the bye. 4 comeback wins to their name. In all of their wins, except for 1, I believe, in 4 out of 5 of the 6 wins, they have won by 3 points or less. This is a team that I told you, this is the Bake Show Bucs. Give me Baker Mayfield to win the MVP. Let's keep it going here. Coach of the Year, Shane Steichen. I know that the Colts are coming off of a rough loss to the Steelers. They finally had their get-right game. Their defense looking good. The Colts are still 7-2, baby. And I know that they had a rough game, 6 total turnovers. Jones had the 3 picks, the 2 fumbles. They fall to the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-20. Pittsburgh cashed in on those 6 turnovers for 24 points. Danny Dimes didn't look good. Indiana Jones didn't look good. But on the season, he looks pretty good. He's number 1 in passing yards still with 2,404 yards. He's got a 69.6 completion percentage, 14 touchdowns to now 6 interceptions. But Jim Bob Cooter, the offensive coordinator, he's worked with Peyton Manning before. He's worked with Matt Stafford before. Between him and Shane Steichen, who's got this team looking well-oiled. Jonathan Taylor was largely shut down by the Steelers in the loss. And sometimes it's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to get bested by your opponent, and they lost to a formidable squad who's got Aaron Rodgers at the helm of an offense that is doing what it needs to do, a defense that needed to have a get-right game and get its legs under itself, with Mike Tomlin, who's for obvious reasons, very good head coach. Shane Steichen, give me Coach of the Year because what he's done with this Colts team has been otherworldly. They are 7-2. They're still a top team in the AFC. Now, I said that the reason why I'm not buying into the Daniel Jones hype entirely, and I said that they were a pretender in my episode from I think 3 weeks ago, is because of Daniel Jones in games like these. So down the stretch, he's going to have to prove it to me, especially as we near to the postseason. But Shane Steichen, what he's done, you have to give him all credit. No questions asked. And Daniel Jones for the way that he's played. But Shane Steichen has really put into place a system that complements his quarterback. We're going to move right on along here to Offensive Player of the Year. Most of you guys think I'm going to go with the favorite, Jonathan Taylor. But I don't always like to go with the favorite because that's boring. That doesn't make for interesting content, right? So I'm going to go Offensive Player of the Year. I'm going to go with James Cook of the Buffalo Bills. 6 out of 8 games this year, 100 yards rushing on the ground. He is third in the NFL in carries with 153. He's second to Jonathan Taylor in rushing yards with 867. He is fourth in touchdowns with 7 touchdowns. And he's coming off of a big game against the Chiefs in which he rumbled 27 carries, 114 yards. Now, I know that Jonathan Taylor is having a great year, and I'm not taking anything away from him because he's right in there too. It could be, for me, it could be a coin flip. He's right in the mix for that. But I just think James Cook, with the way that the Bills operate, has a very favorable way of maneuvering towards this award. With the fact that you have Josh Allen, arguably the best quarterback in the National Football League, a 1-2 punch of him and James Cook, because Allen also has, I believe, 7 rushing touchdowns on the year as well. They each have 7. So when you have that sort of dual threat dynamic system like the Ravens had last year with Lamar and Henry, it bodes well for the running back. Offensive Player of the Year, I could see James Cook winning it. I want to know your thoughts. Who do you got for MVP? Who do you have for Coach of the Year? And who's your pick for Offensive Player of the Year? Moving right on along to the defensive side of things, I'm going for my Defensive Player of the Year. I know you could go with Myles Garrett. I know you could go with Brian Burns. Aiden Hutchinson is having a phenomenal year, but I'm going to go with my dude. I think he's the favorite right now. I could be wrong. I haven't looked at the latest odds because I don't even think they're really out yet at the time that I'm recording this, but I'm going with this man right here. Give me Micah Parsons, 6.5 sacks. That's 9th best in the league. Second in pressures with 44 only to Aiden Hutchinson. He's getting held damn near every single freaking play. Whether he's coming in as a linebacker or coming off of the edge, trying to get to the quarterback, Micah Parsons is being double teamed and he's being held almost every single rep. I watched the film. Anybody out there that's a ball knower that has simply watched the games, and if you even hone in and lock in on number 1, you can tell he is being held to high hell because they obviously don't want him destroying their quarterback. His pursuit of the quarterback is unrivaled in the National Football League. And this is why I'm going to go with Micah Parsons for Defensive Player of the Year. When you look at the quarterback pressure rate allowed by offensive lines, and you look at the schedule coming up for the Green Bay Packers, they got the Eagles in a Monday night affair at Lambeau Field with an offensive line that has allowed Jalen Hurts to get sacked, I believe, for the third most in the NFL. He has been sacked the 3rd most times in the National Football League. And when you look at the quarterback pressure rate allowed, the Philadelphia Eagles are 6th in pressure rate allowed. That's not good at all. 38.9%. You don't want to be anywhere near the top 10 or the top 15 in the highest quarterback pressure rate allowed. Philly comes in at 6th. Then they got the New York Giants on a 1 o'clock Sunday affair. The following week after that, 8th in highest quarterback pressure rate allowed, 38.2% for Big Blue. So those are 2 teams right there in the top 10 in a category that they do not and should not be in or want to be in. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings after that, 11th in the league in quarterback pressure rate allowed, 37.1, and Detroit, 17th, so they're more middle of the road, getting out of that top 10 range that you don't want to be in. But my point remains, Micah Parsons is going to be coming all day, every day. And against these offensive lines that have largely struggled in trying to protect the quarterback, Mike is going to try to stack up and rack up those pressures and obviously try to add to his sack total. His counterpart, Rashawn Gary, has 7.5 sacks. I think that puts him more in the fringe top 5, if my memory serves me right. Rashawn Gary and Parsons, the duo, having a great season. But Micah Parsons is my Defensive Player of the Year for these reasons I laid out. Who is yours? Could be Myles Garrett with the 10 sacks. Could be Brian Burns with the 10 sacks. All great picks. And Myles Garrett, 5 sacks in a single game against the New England Patriots, when I'm sure, and I do know for a fact, he's getting held more times than not by opposing offensive lines. What he does is also otherworldly. But my pick is Micah Parsons, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Big Blue fans, lock in, baby. I'm picking Jackson Dart. Emeka Egbuka could most likely emerge as the guy that's going to win this award with the historic pace through just the first 5 games that he has been on for rookie wide receivers. And Egbuka is a fantastic talent. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers hit a home run with that pick. But I'm going to go with Jackson Dart. 4 out of the last 6 Offensive Rookie of the Year winners have been quarterbacks. And Dart has been playing some good football. In totality, put into a situation where Russell Wilson couldn't get anything going, couldn't oil any wheels on this car. Jackson Dart, 1,175 yards, 10 touchdowns to 3 picks, 5 rushing touchdowns, and 251 yards. Now, you know that this kid's play style is risk it, no biscuit. I'm going to make plays. I'm going to try to be Superman because he's a rookie. That's what he does. But we saw how that translated with Jaden Daniels, which by the way, was complete coaching malpractice on behalf of Dan Quinn. There is no freaking reason down 3+ scores that your franchise quarterback should be still in the game with 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. That should have been a Marcus Mariota vehicle from, I'd say, the early part of the 4th quarter onward to the rest of the game. Jaden Daniels should not have been in that spot, but he tries to play hero ball. He likes to get mobile and move down the field, and he was missing his top target. Debo wasn't really doing much. You got Jalen Lane out there. You lost Luke McCaffrey for the game. So you can't really blame Daniels all that much, but he did try to do too much. Same with Jackson Dart. That's his play style. But again, that's an indictment of Brian Daboll when you look at the recent loss to the San Francisco 49ers. The Giants are down 34-17 with 2 minutes to go. Why is Jackson Dart still in that game? On a 3rd and 10, he gets crushed by Tatum Bethune of the 49ers. Real bad hit. They're putting their quarterback in a place to fail. And I get Daboll's on the hot seat. Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston has to be in that game by that point. You cannot be risking your franchise quarterback like that. But back to the point at hand, Jackson Dart is having a very good season and probably the best season of all the rookie quarterbacks out there. Probably been given the most opportunity to do so as well. But he shined in the spotlight for the Big Apple and the New York Giants, a historic franchise. He's exceeded expectations right now. And I really like Jackson Dart's chances. I know Egbuka's going to be right in there, but give me Jackson Dart for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And I would have liked to give it a Scatterboo too, because Scatterboo was having a phenomenal year before that horrible, gruesome injury. But Jackson Dart, oh yeah, we locked in with that award. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going to stay in Big Blue. I'm going to stay in the Big Apple. I'm going to go with Abdul Carter. I know there's some other guys you can give it to, specifically Jihad Campbell for the Eagles. He's been having a real good year thus far. Will Johnson, same thing. But I'm going to go with Abdul Carter. He is 3rd, not amongst rookies, 3rd in the National Football League in quick pressures. He has 20 quick pressures on the year. That is 3rd in the league. Quick pressure is basically a pressure in 3 seconds or less. So he gets off of that line and he's blown by his guy, or he's pushing his guy back into the opposing quarterback, and he's making you feel it. That Giants defensive line is scary, and Abdul Carter out of Penn State really coming into his own as the season progresses. When you look at his pressure rate, he's 10th in the league with 34. Week 4 was probably his best week in that category against the LA Chargers, whom lost Joe Alt in that game. He got hurt early on. I think it was 1st quarter. They already didn't have Mekhi Becton, and then Rashawn Slater is obviously done for the year, but he took advantage of his opportunity. Against the Chargers, 8 pressures. 7 out of 8 of those pressures were quick pressures. Carter plays with ferocity, he plays with tenacity, and he can get after it. And right now, I think he is the favorite to win the award, but it's undeniable. Abdul Carter, give me him for Defensive Rookie of the Year. And again, I want to know your thoughts. Who is your Offensive Rookie of the Year? Who is your Defensive Rookie of the Year? Give me any and all of your thoughts. Comment section right now. Hit the subscribe button. Keep it rolling, as I will right now. Comeback player. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Well, Christian McCaffrey, he's been around for a hot minute. 8 seasons, and Dak Prescott as well. 2 of the guys that are in there in the top 3 for Comeback Player of the Year. Aiden Hutchinson, on the younger end, only going to his, this is his second or third year for Aiden Hutchinson. I think it's his second year. But nonetheless, all three of these gentlemen are in the conversation. Christian McCaffrey is my pick for comeback player of the year. You can go with Dak. I would not be mad with that at all, and deservingly so. He's top 10 in passing yards and passing touchdowns. But I'm going with McCaffrey for this reason. He got injured 4 games in. Dak got injured 8 games in. It's a 4-game discrepancy. One was a hamstring injury. One was a gruesome knee injury. But it's still 4 games. 4 games is 4 games. He's missed more time technically than Dak Prescott. And for him to come back and do what he's been doing, especially with Brock Purdy out and all of the injuries to this 49ers offense, for Christian McCaffrey to be a constant is awesome, and he has been awesome. 9th in the league in rushing yards with 596, 4 rushing touchdowns, that's 16th, but he's also got 4 receiving touchdowns. 8 total touchdowns for Run CMC, 626 receiving yards. The dual threat of all dual threats when it comes to the running back position. McCaffrey is electric, and he has been for this 49ers offense. That game against the Giants, coming off of a 106-yard performance, 28 carries, and 1 touchdown. Christian McCaffrey is my pick. You could also go with Dak. He's not only having a comeback player of the year worthy year, but he's also having an MVP caliber season. Aiden Hutchinson having a defensive player of the year quality season, as well as a potential comeback player of the year candidate. So all 3 of these gentlemen you could rock with. I'm going with Run CMC. Christian McCaffrey, he is very valuable as well to this 49ers offense and what they're able to do with Mac Jones under center and the mishigash of in and out of the lineup wide receivers that they've had to deal with. But I want to know your thoughts. Any and all of these mid-season awards, I want to know who your picks are in the comment section below. And stay tuned, because week 10 right around the corner, and we'll be back with another episode, as we will be for the rest of the season. Hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching the Kenny C Show.